Okay, finally, we're going to look at what might be the position if a claim like Smith and Frontera was brought in the UK, or if indeed a claim like the municipalities' claims in the US was brought against a carbon major based in the UK. I think we are likely to get the same results as in Smith and Frontera. But what about the claim which would be based in negligence on the grounds that the defendant has been putting out those misleading climate change reports, and because of that, the UK government has not acted as quickly as it should have been doing in addressing CO2 emissions? Well, let's have a think. There's an analogous House of Lords case which I think would go against there being any duty of care by the climate major, the oil major, when it produced its report. The case called Sutradhar versus NERC. The defendant, NERC, is doing a survey in Bangladesh on various toxins in the local well waters. It doesn't test for arsenic. The claimant is an inhabitant of Bangladesh who gets arsenic poisoning. And he claims that the body which is doing the survey owed him a duty of care. And the duty of care was not to put out a misleading report, which impliedly represented that there would be no problems with arsenic in the water. And what he's saying is that, or, I didn't read the report myself, but the Bangladeshi authorities would have read this report and they would have relied on it and assumed there's no problem with arsenic in the water. The House of Lords said there's no possibility of a duty of care. There's no duty of care not to put out a report impliedly representing that there's no problem with arsenic in the water. There's no proximity between NERC, who are doing this survey. They don't expect it to be relied upon by the Bangladesh government. They're actually doing it for a university back in the UK. They haven't tested for arsenic. So the possibility of a duty of care based on presenting a misleading report, which then is relied on by the Bangladeshi government, is a non-starter. There's no duty of care there. Even if there was, there'd be substantial causation issues. You'd have to find out, well, what would the Bangladeshi authorities have actually done had the report actually tested for arsenic and then found that there was arsenic in the wells which were being tested? What would they have done? So that's, I think, would be a major problem in basing your duty of care on the climate change science, denial science, which you've been pumping out in an attempt to stave off uncomfortable, inconvenient regulation of your industry. There's another problem. British Westinghouse, underground electric railways. When you're suing somebody in tort, you've got to give credit for benefits which you've received as a result of the tortious conduct. Now, all those municipalities which are saying, compensate us for the extra flood relief measures which we're going to have to take because of the rising sea levels, which are due to global warming. Well, they have actually received benefits from an economy based on the burning of fossil fuels. They've probably been, everybody, you mean, has been considerably better off as a result of this. So that is another potential obstacle. What I'm going to do, as well as posting this up, I'm going to suggest that you, if you want to look further into this, there's a couple of articles. One is called 10 Inconvenient Truths About Climate Change Torts, which I'll send you a link to. And then there is another one which is an analysis of climate change torts in a recent OUP journal. Again, the relevant links will be sent to you. So thank you for your attention, and it'd be interesting to see how this area of law develops over the next few years.